And to wrap up the show, we're going to go through a top 5 list as we always do. We like to do some entertaining ones. This one was suggested by Matt, right?
Well, it started with Eric, but
Yeah, it's a pets. He kind of went to the next level.
Yeah.
So this is our top 5 fantasy pets, parentheses. What did I put? That we wish we could have. I put it on the slide on the graphic, but not on my notes. So anyway, we're going to start with, who wants to start?
I'll start.
Okay, Eric. You
All
start.
right.
What's your number 5?
Number 5 for me is a dire wolf.
Oh.
Yeah, see, because,
Game of Thrones?
Yes. But it's kind of like having a big dog that's, that can defend you, come out from nowhere. He's your friend. So, I went with that.
I hear you.
That is pretty cool, though.
Oh, yeah.
Wolves in fantasy are brutal.
Yeah.
Wolves in real life are brutal.
But
I like
a
wolves.
big dire wolf.
But you don't
which
need a pack. You got that one big one.
Yeah.
He'll take care of you.
I'd probably go, I don't know. I don't know about dogs. I'm not a
Dogs
big
are
dog
good.
person. I don't hate dogs. I just terrified of them. My number 5, you ever play Castle Crashers?
Yeah. The dinosaur thing you ride on? Don't you... Go ahead. Continue.
The little game on the...
No, I know what Castle Crashers is. I'm trying to think of what pet you're picking from there.
Rammy.
Oh,
Remy.
yeah. Okay.
So in Castle Crashers, you got these things called animal orbs. They float above your shoulder and they kind of follow you around. Rammy was the coolest one, dude.
Yeah.
He's a little ram. It's a ball.
Yep.
And every once in a while, he'll start shaking and it'll fly out and knock people down.
Yeah.
So anyway, Rachel and I played that together, and I constantly did it to her.
Yes.
I'd put my
She said
little
thank
hand
you.
up beside me. I was like, bam, and hit her. Not in an abusive way, people.
Yeah. Yep.
No, it was cute, though.
Cool.
Other than that, I picked Scratchy Paw because he looks like Tigger,
Uh,
my cat. The orange little cat orb gives you like +1 agility or something.
I don't think I ever saw that one. I remember the frog one. I remember Rammy. I know there was a few different ones you could get, but I just don't remember
there's
the
like
cat one.
50 or something.
Yeah.
I never picked the ones that had passives, even though they probably were better for you. But like Rammy, who has that little ability,
Right.
those were like the really fun ones because they kind of interact with you.
Yeah. No,
So-
that was fun. Me and the kids on Xbox 360, we'd get out there and play that together. So
Oh, that game is phenomenal, dude.
yeah, it was pretty fun.
It's so good.
It was like a free game.
Oh,
too.
was it? Oh, yeah, it was free on
I'm
Xbox.
pretty sure, yeah,
Xbox Gold.
Yeah, it was free for me at least, or I got it when it was free on the gold membership or something. I got it for free.
You beat this before, right?
I haven't even played it.
You haven't played
I
it?
don't know what you guys
Just
are talking
a
about.
funny hack and slash.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah,
I
it's,
remember seeing it.
it's not really that
but-
long, but it's repetitive. Like you could play it many times to collect all the collectibles and stuff.
Right.
Super good.
Well, I got his 360, and I have Xbox One, so I might try it out.
Oh, that's fair enough. Well, you got PlayStation 4 and it's on there too because it's a network download.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Now we can all play it.
Yeah.
What's your number
And then
5,
you can
Matt?
ram
My
me.
number 5,
Ram me.
I put I do like insects.
No, Eric.
What'd he say?
He's in the end. You can ram me.
Wolf Rammy.
We're moving on.
My number 5 is I do like insects, and I'll never forget when I was watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and they got Auntie, and they were riding around on Auntie, and he was their buddy. Unfortunately, a scorpion came along, which, looking at it, he was a really big ant, or that was a really little scorpion. I don't know which way it went, because there was no reason they would have been the same size. But either way, I think it'd be cool to have an ant, as long as he didn't like try to take you back to the colony. If he was like
Feed you to the queen.
if he pretty much acted like a big dog, he'd be pretty neat. So
Cool.
my number 5 is Auntie from
Yeah.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
And
I
they're
like
really
Auntie.
strong.
What's that?
I said, and they're really strong.
Yes, they are.
Oh yeah, that was the emotional twist
Yes.
of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes. I died.
No, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
I guess you can't really alert that after the fact, can you?
Yeah, 30 years later, if you have not seen this.
Surprise!
Yeah.
So number 4 for me is Brian Griffin.
Brian.
From Family Guy?
Yeah, he's a dog on Family Guy. On Family Guy.
It's not even a fan.
Well,
it's
you need someone to drink with, or what?
Yes,
What's-
he's smart. He can do my papers. It help me, He's cool.
It just took me by surprise because it's like we're all saying like some generic thing that can have multiples of it. You're like, this thing's
This talking
Brian
dog.
Griffin.
You know you like him.
No, he's
No,
cool.
he's cool. I didn't expect that.
There you
Yeah.
go.
No, that's fair. I mean, that's
That was a great number 4, Eric.
Thank you.
That was very good.
my number 4 is a Felsteed from World of Warcraft.
Oh,
Felsteed.
wow.
Those
yeah.
are the flaming horses, right?
Yes.
That would be kind of hard to ride, but
If you're not familiar with WoW, but you play Magic the Gathering, it's basically a nightmare.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just a horse with flaming hair and flaming hooves, but it can fly. It can fly, right? Oh, in WoW, you had to get the later version, which I think had wings.
Possibly, yeah.
But like the typical version of a nightmare or Felsteed or whatever you want to call it, could just fly normally. But that is so BA. Could you imagine flying around it? This is my pet. I mean, you basically have to become evil at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
It's way too cool to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go like Deadpool style. That would work too.
Mm-hmm.
What's your number 4?
My number 4, what did I write down? I wrote down, I actually picked a Pokemon, specifically Eevee. I would love to have me a little Eevee. Eevee is cute. My daughter would love to have an Eevee, so I would have Eevee, and I could always take it out in a certain, grassy area, sunny day or something like that, and let it evolve into whichever one I wanted. So,
Which one would you want?
Yeah, you gotta pick. You can't have them all.
Yeah, I think Flareon's pretty cute, so.
I put
Go fire.
the electric one. Oh, well, okay. Everybody gets a different one then. What was the electric one called? Voltion or
Yeah, that's
yeah.
it.
Yeah, is it?
Voltion.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. Number 3 for me is Flying Carpet from Aladdin.
What are you doing, Eric?
How is it
That's-
a pet?
Hey, it's a
It
pet.
does act like a dog.
It does,
I
right?
get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That definitely could be a pet. You want to travel?
What are
get
you
on-
doing
get
with
on-
my list, Eric?
You get on Flying Carpet.
Things got weird. Eric, I don't know if he just put way more thought into this or just got lucky with his research. It was like, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. You guys didn't even think about that.
The flying carpet.
You're right. I did not think of the flying carpet from Aladdin.
I'm just
You
saying,
missed out.
my Felsteed will light it on fire.
No, you can't even catch my flying carpet. It's so fast.
Oh, man. My number 3 is a chimera. If you're not familiar with what a
That's not
chimera
a
is,
pet.
oh, we could be a pet. If I'm already in the process of getting a lot of evil monsters as pets.
All right.
Anyway, so,
And it's like 3 pets in one.
right?
Yeah.
Not really the mythological one because those are weak looking,
Okay.
but like the Final Fantasy ones and like the typical D&D setting ones where it's way cooler.
Yeah.
And sometimes they have more than just 3 heads, stuff like that. But chimeras are, dude, it's one of my favorite things to fight in RPG video games.
Yeah.
It's probably I would say it has to be my favorite creature overall in RPG fantasy stuff. So I'm going with chimeras,
Gotcha.
and it has a sweet name.
Yep. My number 3, I would be sure to not feed it after midnight, but I've always wondered what exactly is after midnight. That's pretty much all day.
No. Oh, yeah. Before
What is the
morning.
cutoff? What
Is it
before the
restricted to a
sun
time
rises.
zone?
That's what they never say. That's like the age-old question of exactly when it was.
We're talking about Little Pet Shop of Horrors, right?
No. Gremlins.
Gremlins.
Or
Oh,
So Gizmo, obviously, is the one
I was
I
thinking
want.
of the Venus flytrap, but that's more of like "Don't feed me" or "Feed me,
Yeah,
Seymour."
Feed Me
Seymour.
Seymour. Yeah.
Sorry, I got that confused.
Yeah. So, but yeah, in Gremlins, they never really specify like when exactly after midnight is okay. So,
Eastern.
so like,
What
yeah,
about daylight
does
savings?
it take sunrise? Maybe you think maybe
I would say that.
Sunrise?
Sunrise
Yeah.
before, don't feed them before the sun rises.
yeah. They should have specified just a little bit better on that one.
This is actually my honorable mention because, hey, yeah, he's pretty cute. And if you want more of them, you just toss some water on them.
Yeah, they could be evil.
They
though.
could be evil.
They could be evil.
You accidentally feed
What
them.
a weird. Could you imagine back in the 80s? Like, think about a movie concept, guys. Oh, how about this?
Well, it's funny. It's like we talk about like it's one of my pets on my list, and that's actually kind of a horrifying movie. It's
it's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty scary in parts, but totally geared towards kids. I remember Hardee's. I was getting like little 4-track or not 4 tracks, 7-inch
8-track.
records. Yeah, 7-inch records with like storybooks.
How old are
For-
you? What are you talking about?
Did you all not get these?
I don't
I don't
remember
know
this
what
at
you're
all.
talking about.
This would have been when I was in kindergarten, so 84.
That was a Happy Meal toy?
It wasn't a Happy Meal. It was from Hardee's. You
Oh,
got it from
gotcha.
Hardee's.
Hardee's does its own thing.
You got records?
Yeah, we got records with
In
like
your
a
Happy Meal?
yeah, and you put it, you played the record and it flipped along with the book, and I had the whole collection of it. And I used to take it to kindergarten and we played the record, and I
Man.
got to stand in front of the class and flip the book.
Things have went downhill since the 80s.
Yeah, I'm not getting like free MP3 downloads or anything right now.
And a book to go with it.
Yes,
Yeah.
and a book to go with it.
So, you know, slight tangent though. Hardee's had the best sandwich I've ever tasted, and then they stopped selling it. What was the one that I had Kate Upton, Texas barbecue?
Was
thing?
that Kate Upton in that commercial?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They did have a pulled pork
Like
sandwich
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
It was phenomenal.
It was really big.
It
All their
was-
sandwiches are big.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Not all of them, but yeah, they have a lot of big ones.
I don't go out of my way. I don't go out of my way to go eat at Hardee's, but when they had that sandwich, we literally went there like every other day at work.
It's probably like 1,500 calories.
I'm probably well, it's like the Heart Attack Cafe or something. No. Anyway, so tangent over.
Cool. So number 2 for me is a droid, maybe a BB-8 or R2-D2.
I considered this.
That'd be awesome pet, you know.
Yeah, I actually considered this, but I was like, it's a droid, not a.
It's also sci-fi, not fantasy.
Whatever.
I didn't know we were. Yeah.
No, I wasn't delineating that
Okay.
hard. Yeah.
So yeah, if you need something fixed, here's BB-8. He's gonna fix it up for you.
Light your cigarette for you.
That's right. Yeah, many uses. So
Oh, I should pick IG-88 then.
no, he'll kill
Eliminate my
Yeah.
enemies.
you. He wants to take over the world.
Oh, that's true. My number 2, Matt, I went with you and I picked a Pokemon.
Pokemon.
I picked Scyther. My favorite
Scyther,
my
really?
favorite Pokemon. Dude, think about it.
No Pikachu, huh?
If Pikachu's cute, he's okay, but
Yeah.
Scyther is straight awesome. Because think about it.
Which one's Scyther?
He's
a
green
little-
and
He kind of looks like a
Is he the
praying
turtle?
mantis, but
Yeah,
he has
praying
like
mantis.
scythe hands.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he would be able to cut my grass, and that would be amazing. Go cut the grass, Scyther.
that's a good.
Yeah. Thanks, Scyther.
Ramy would eat your grass.
Rammy?
Yeah,
Oh, that's true because he's a ram.
he's a ram.
Yeah, man. If I just had a horde of pets to do my yard work, that'd be awesome.
He would graze your yard and trim it up for you. So number 2.
Yeah.
My number 2, I went with, I wanted a dragon, but I didn't want to just say dragon, so I picked specifically Toothless from How to Train My Pet Dragon. He's cool. He's one of the most fearsome dragons that the Vikings didn't like. He's super fast. I'd love to ride on him. And he's just cool. I don't know.
Who is
Cool.
this?
Toothless.
Have you ever seen How to Train a Dragon?
No.
Oh, you missed out.
Yeah, that's a really good movie.
Oh, he has a bad
I missed out. Like it's
his,
gone.
his
bad
tail.
Turner tail
Yeah.
thing.
Oh.
Other than
But
that,
but Hiccup rigs a thing on him to be able to. He can ride him and use his foot to help him steer. So
yeah, one day.
So I might have
Watch
to
it.
learn how to do that. But
Fair enough.
yeah,
Honorable mention. I already said mine.
Yep.
Gizmo.
My honorable mention, I went with the typical dragon because I was like, I can't think of any dragon in like a specific dragon. But the more I thought about it, I was like, most dragons aren't your pet.
yeah,
You are their servant.
yeah.
So
Not toothless.
Not toothless, yeah.
Toothless, your pet.
So I think a dragon would be really cool, but it's too generic for me to put on my list.
Yeah.
So I put it as an honorable mention.
I got 2. I went with porgs, just because they're cute.
All right.
I don't know if I'd really want. They seem social, and you probably need a bunch of them. And
So you would have to have 2.
yeah, you need a couple, and I don't know how they use the bathroom. They seem bird-like, and that'd probably
Yeah.
be bad.
I did that with hamsters, but they ate each other.
Yeah, that happens
Oh
sometimes.
yeah. My
is
hamster
wrong
did
with
that.
those?
Yeah, they are messed up.
Yeah, they'll do that. Sometimes the moms will eat their babies and stuff.
Dude,
Yeah,
That's a
that's
weird
what
rodent.
we had like a whole hamster family. And
I did too. Yeah.
They had babies. They ate half of them, and then the mom ate the dad, and
Yeah.
then the
What?
last
The mom
one,
ate the dad?
yeah, and then like the last one got murdered by the other one, and then finally the last one went up to the top of the thing, jumped off, and broke its neck.
It had enough.
Whoa.
It was,
that
this is like
was like a movie.
this happened over like a year or something,
Right.
but It was so crazy. We came in there and the last one was like literally dead, and it was in a very funky position, and it was the only one in the cage. It like basically went psycho on itself because it was alone.
Right.
Because they basically ate and killed its partners.
Was it the mom?
It was the female, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she was like, there's no one else to eat.
Yeah, I named my hamster, because we each had one, I named mine Edgar after Edgar from Final Fantasy VI. 4 if you are in...
Yeah. Yes.
Well, anyway.
And the other one I would have said was Falcor from Neverending Story, but he needs a new updated like CGI version because he's very like puppety looking.
Yeah.
And, but he would be really cool to have.
That's fair. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Cool. Number 1.
Do we know
Number 1.
You know who we're
Yes.
talking about, right?
Falcor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Luck Dragon?
Kinda.
Huh?
Yes. It's been a while, but
The big white dog.
that really weird. Kind of, he almost reminds me of the Airbenders.
He's
Big
kind of like
ram
a
thing.
white Chinese dragon with a dog head.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Chinese dragon.
Yeah. It's been a long time, but I kind of remember him.
By the way, that story ended.
It did. They have a 2. Did you
There's
guys
a
watch
second
that?
one. I didn't watch it because it was bad.
It is.
Was it bad?
I think it's probably in the bottom 10 movies on Rotten Tomatoes or
It's
something.
pretty
It's so
awful.
bad.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Tell us what your number 1 is. I'm gonna look that up.
Number 1, you guys didn't want to go with Dragon? I went with Dragon.
All these interesting things, and you ended with dragon.
No, dragons are cool. You could ride them. I didn't think about riding them before.
What else would you do with a dragon? It either
Does
destroy
not
stuff,
big.
gives you loot. Oh,
Right.
you would be
Loot?
rich. You would
Yeah.
be rich.
He would be at my home guarding all my games.
What breath
my
weapon?
lair.
What breath weapon, Eric?
Well, you have to go fire.
I don't know, man. Acid and disease and stuff is awesome too.
No, I don't want that around.
All right.
Acid and disease.
Touche.
Yeah.
Touche. Oh, here we go. Audience score 40%, so probably not the very bottom, but it has a 14 on the
Rotten
Critics.
Tomatoes.
Reviewers.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's pretty
awful.
bad.
My number 1 is a cactar from Final Fantasy.
Oh wow.
Oh,
yeah.
that would be
You can
so.
kill it and get loot or something.
Yeah, listen. My pet, my ideal pet, and there's no offense to any pet owners out there. If it doesn't make any sounds and really doesn't do anything, it's great.
So you want a rock? Oh, you put a rock on there.
Yeah.
It's a great pet. It does nothing. I
Yeah.
don't have to take care of it.
So cactar is not going to make any sounds. He's going to kill anybody that moves in his way.
1,000 needles.
1,000 needles. Yeah. But no, I really like cactars. Ever since Final Fantasy, I've got like a couple plushies of cactars
Yep.
that I picked up at anime conventions and stuff.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, cactars were one of my favorites.
Yeah, I love when I play a Final Fantasy and they show up.
Yeah.
You're like, there he is.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't like when I play Final Fantasy and they shove it in your face in the first 10 minutes. Like you need that nostalgia to be drug into the game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They did that, I think, in Final Fantasy 12, didn't they? Is that the thing
Well, you are in a sandy area, so I can't remember. I don't think so.
maybe not. What do you fight in Final Fantasy 12? Like the first things that you go fight against?
I don't
Rabbits?
remember. Yeah, I don't remember.
Never mind. I thought it was cactars, maybe not. But anyway, cactar.
Cactar. My number 1 is actually from Final Fantasy also, but I went with the bird. I want to meet a chocobo.
Yeah.
This was kind of, it
I
would have
thought
been up there
about
on my
I
list.
thought about saying it during the honorable mention. I was like, I wonder if anybody's gonna say that. I was gonna type it out and mention it afterwards, but
Yeah, no, chocobo. I
not
need
a
me
Marlboro.
No, not a marble. Not a marble. They're stinky. But no, chocobos. I mean, they ride them. They're cool. It's a big bird. It's pretty much an ostrich, I guess, but cooler.
Yeah.
Would it play the music every time you got on it?
Well, it'd
I would
have
have
to.
to. Yeah. Or if it doesn't play,
Yeah.
you play it.
If it doesn't play that music, I don't want it. But I just assume that's what they sound like when you ride on it.
That's what it sounds like whenever I ride on it.
Yeah.
Would you walk around going, was it block, or
Qua? Qua? KWEH.
Quit? Oh man, Final Fantasy has such iconic monsters and stuff in it.
Oh, yeah.
So good. That's it, right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Hopefully that was entertaining. We were entertained.
We had fun.
Yeah, that's all. That's what it's about. We want to be genuine on this show. Yeah.